Hello, everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the Advanced CapCut for Video Editing tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 10, where I'll be showing you guys about rotational animation with keyframes. So we'll be learning how you can actually do some rotational animation using these keyframes in CapCut. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So over here, as you guys can see now, again, I'm over here in the interface of CapCut. So first thing first, let's go to the import option, and from here, let's import the videos which I have over here. So once you have imported these particular videos, the next thing is let's come here, let's add these videos up. Okay, so let's just come here, let's select this particular video, and I will have all the properties of this particular video on the right hand side top corner. As you guys can already see, it already appeared. So if I come here and at the same time, if I just decrease the size of this particular video, okay, let's say minus 1184. Okay, let me just go with minus 1180 and 480. Okay, so let's come here. Let's go with 480. And under scaling, you guys can see I can just go somewhat around 35, or let's say 30 is fine as well. Okay, so I'll just keep this one as 30. And again, the same way, I'm going to come here and I'm going to apply this one right over here as well. Let's trim this one down. And now let me just decrease the size to 30. Okay, so let me just go with 30 right over here, and make sure your smart guide is on, that I can align it over here. So let me just align it over here as well. And now the last thing is let's come here and let's add this particular video as well from here. Okay, so let me just come here. Let me just add this one, then Shift Z. Let's trim this down and let's just scale this one to 30. Okay, so let's go with 30, and I'll just click on enter. And what I can do is I can just bring this one over here in the center. And what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna place it at one particular point, and the same way I will just place it at this particular point. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add out some text. Okay, so I'll just come here and I will just add some text over here. So for that, let's go to text. Let's click on default text box, and over here, now let's type watch later. Okay, so now I'll just put this one, and again what I'm gonna do is let's come here, let's place this one, and let me just keep this thing right over here in the center. Okay, so at the same time, if you do want to decrease the size, you guys can come here and place it in one exact place over where I can just actually put out different kind of arrows over here. Okay, so I will just place it over here, and at the same time, this same word, if you do want to give this one a different stroke, let's go with stroke. And over here for color, let's go with a dark color, let's say. So I'll just go with some dark color right over here. And also you guys can work on with the background. So let's come here for the background option. Okay, and also under background option, I can basically choose out the color. Okay, so let's come here, let's add this particular color, and now let's go to stickers option. And from stickers option, you guys can see that I do have different color of these arrows. So let me just search for arrow itself over here. which might give me more options. Okay, so I will be able to choose from a lot options over here. So as I told you, guys can already see that I do have this particular options right over here. And at the same time, what I'll do is I'll just come here. I will just take this one and I will just increase this over here again. And what I can do now is let's come here, let's place it, and now let's try to add this one. Okay, so I'll just come here, and now I will just give this thing up a rotation. Okay, so let's come here, let's give this one up a rotation. So from here, let's place this one, and now let's give this one up a rotation from here. Let's say, let's go to minus 45. Okay, if I just want to stay right over here. Okay, so let's say minus 128, and let's add up a keyframe right over here. Okay, so I'll just add a keyframe over here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come at this particular point, and I'm going to give this one up a rotation. Okay, let's say I'll just give this one up a rotation till here, and let's see how it actually looks. Okay, so at the same time, I do want to repeat this particular circle. Okay, so now once I'm over here, let's see how it is. So it is 128. Let's click on shift and 96. So I'll just come here. Then again, I will just select both of this. So using shift, or let's go and let's place this one, and let's type rotation 128. So 128 over here. And again, now over here, I will just put 96. So let's come here again. Let's put 96. Let's click on enter. So I'll just repeat up the same process all over here again. Okay, so I'll just come here, and again, let's go with 128. Let's click on enter. Let's come few frames. Okay, and now I will just put 98. So again, I will just repeat this same process throughout. Let's go with 128. Let's click on enter. Let's come here. Let's go with 98. Let's come here. Let's again put 128. And lastly, at this particular point, let's come here. Let's put 98. And over here, at last, let's go with 128. So now this is basically done, this particular frame, and let's see how it actually looks. So this is done right over here, but the same thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on all. Okay, so I'm going to come here. I'm going to select this, and let me just bring it over here. Right click, let's say copy, and you guys can come here and you guys can basically paste Control C and also Control V right over here. Okay, so now after that, you guys can just select this whole thing up. Okay, so just select this whole thing up, and you guys can just move this thing around. Okay, so let's just select the whole thing, and now just move this thing around right over here back again. Okay, so at the same time, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come right over here, and you're gonna place this one. But at the same time, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and I'm just going to do the exact opposite. Okay, so for that, let's come right over here. Let's place this one again and let's see how it actually looks. But here, this one actually looks the total different. Okay, so at the same time, let's click on delete. So over here, you guys can see how it actually looks. Okay, I just have to apply the exact opposite thing right over here. Okay, so over here now, let's select this one. Let's control C and let's paste this one over here. Control V, otherwise let's select Control C, Control V, and now let's select this one up. Let's place it right over here back again. And what you can do is you guys can come here and you guys can just move this thing around over here. Okay, so let's come here and at the same time, let's move this one on top. And let me just keep this one at the same place where it is. Okay, so let's come here. Let's move this one up and also in between, if you do want to move this, you guys can come here and you guys can just move this particular keyframes accordingly. So let's say, let's move this one and let's see how it actually looks. Okay, but over here, it will just become quite smooth. Okay, so over here, you guys can see this becomes quite smooth. So let's delete this one. Let's come here. Let's click on Alt. Otherwise, let's click on copy. Let's come here. Let's paste it. And at the same time, let's put this one over here on top. And if I do want to give this one up a rotation, I can just give this one up a rotation as well. Okay, so let's come here. Let's give this one up a rotation. But now I do want to delete all the keyframes. Okay, so now for that, let's select those keyframes and you guys can just click on delete. And at the same time, let's select this effect and you guys can just click on delete as well. Okay, so I'll just delete this one. Otherwise, directly from here again, I can just come here and I can just take this one. So let's click over here. Let's place this one on top. So again, now let's come here. Let's decrease the size. Let's decrease the size from here as well. Now let's give this one up a rotation. And now over here, let's select this one. Now over here as well, I can just give a rotation onto the sides as well. Okay. So from here at the starting, okay. So let me just bring this one a bit over here. And what I'm gonna do is at starting, let's add up a keyframe. And now let's give this one up a rotation. Okay, let's go with 12. Okay, so I'll just give this one up 12 rotation. And the same way, let's come right over here. And also, now let's just arrange it. Okay, so I'll just come here and I'll just arrange it over here as well. So now you guys can see that how it actually will change. Okay, so over here you guys can see this is how it actually changes. Or let's say I do want just the vice versa. Okay, so in that particular case, now let's increase the size from here. Let's increase the size of the footage from here itself. Let me just come here and let me just change the positioning. So let's say I will just put this one at the starting and this one at the end. So let's come here. Let's place this keyframe at last as well. But let me just place it right over here exactly. So now let's just play this. So yeah, this is how you guys can actually do some rotation animation. So now after selecting this one, let's go to animate, and you guys can just select the bounce in effect. Okay. And also for out, you guys can just select the bounce out option. So the same way, let's come here. Let's go for in. Let's select the bounce in. For out, let's go with the bounce out option. Okay. So now once you are done, let's play this thing. And here you guys can see this is how it actually looks. Okay. So also you guys can actually add different kind of videos. Let's say I'll just take this particular one. And after that, let's select this one from here. Let's decrease the size. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this one right over here. Let's place it. And now I will just keep this one in one side. And also the same thing, I'm going to put it on top. So let's click on Alt. Let's place it over here on top as well. So now let's come here. Let's go with some animation. So let's come here. Let's put on some animations over here as well. Okay, let's come here. Let's play this one. And over here, you guys can see that I do have this particular animation as well. Okay, so let's come here. Let's just select one. So from here, let's move one on to the side. Okay, so now this one basically looks good. Let's go with this one. And for animation, let's select the loop option. Okay, so here if you do want it to jiggle throughout, it will basically jiggle throughout. Okay, if you do want it to whipper, but I don't want it. And over here, if you do want it to rotate, you guys can also do that. So let's come here, let's apply the zoom. And let's come here, let's apply rotate. If you do want to use the flash one, you guys can actually do that. Okay, so I'll just select the flash one. Let's come here. And over here also, I'll just add out the flash option over here as well. Okay, so now let's go to the stickers option. So from sticker option, you guys can see what is the scale over here. Under animations, I do have the loop. Okay, and also you guys can select the speed. So let's go with 1 seconds. Okay, and now this is basically less. So once this is done, okay, so what I can do is let's come here. Let's go with bounce in. For out, bounce in as well. Okay, so I'll just add. Let's come here, bounce in. For out, let's bounce out. For loop, I do have the flash already. Okay, but over here at the same time, let's increase 1 second. Let's come here, and this one is 1 second as well. Now let's play this one up. And yeah, this is how it actually should look like. Okay, this is the type of animation I was looking for. And at the same time, what I want to do is I want all of these icons to just disappear. Okay, so for that, let's go to this option right over here of the videos. And from the videos option, I can basically select that. But if not, let's come here. If you're happy with this, let's go to the audio. And from here, we can actually download any music. So let's add this particular music from here. And once you are done, let's click on Shift Z to zoom to fit over here in the timeline. Let's come here, Shift Z again to fit in the timeline. And let's just play this one. So yeah, I hope you guys to have understood this class. Let's select this one. And over here, you guys can actually add some animation as well. Okay, so let's go with fade in. So I'll just come here. I will just apply fade in over here. Let's go with this one. Let's apply fade in over here as well. Okay, so let's see how it actually sounds. So the same way, let's go to out. Let's go with fade out. Okay. So I do have the fade out over here as well. And the last frame also, let's go with the fade out. So yeah, this looks good. And lastly, let's select this one. And over here, if you want to just scale it down over here or decrease the opacity at the last place, you guys can also do that. Okay, so you guys can come here and basically do that thing from here as well. So under blend option, you guys can do that. Otherwise, you guys do have this opacity option over here as well. So you guys can just scroll this thing down, and here you guys can see those options over here of opacity, and you can work accordingly. Let's say if I come here and if I just decrease the opacity, it will kind of work like that. So let's come here, let's decrease the opacity of the whole thing altogether. So for that, again, right over here as well. Okay, I do have 100%. So let's come here, and at starting, I do want to just keep it at 0. So let's go with 0 over here. And now let's go to few frames. Okay. So over here, once I do have this still this particular frame, let's go with the opacity of 100. And now let's see, and let's come down the same way over here, and let's add another keyframe, and let's come down, and let's decrease the keyframe to 0 again. Okay, so over here. So now let's play this one up. Let's decrease the level of audio. Let's play. So yeah, I hope you guys have understood this stuff or how you can work with all of these options. Let's pause this thing down, and now over here, let's export this thing. Okay, so to export, let's go to the export option from here, and now you guys can just name this accordingly. Let's name this one as rotational animation. So let's type rotational animation. Okay, so once you're done, let's click on export, and it will basically get exported. So this one already got exported. Let's cancel this one. Let's go to my resource file. So let's go to desktop. From here, let's go to my resource file. And from my resource file, let's go to rotational animation. Let's change the view to large icons. And over here, I do have the video. So yeah, this is how it actually looks. And let's increase the audio as well. So yeah, I hope this class was clear. So I hope to see you all in the next chapter, where we'll be learning more about CapCut itself.